Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this live stream. I really hope you are doing really well. And well, guys, I think today is the day where we just have to be focused on the weekend plays. I do think even though we might see that BDC might just have some pullbacks, but those pullbacks are for rotation of money is gonna happen from BDC to ETH to maybe ULS because ULS are literally gonna fly. And I'm not saying because we are literally killing it with RSR, man. RSR is literally flying like moon. And it's gonna go, guys. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. And RSR is flying, guys. Flying. And you remember we literally nailed this move over here at 91929. Literally, and just holding up back here for like 31% move, guys. And RSR is boom. So the first level of resistance we're gonna hit on RSI is around 27 cents, and probably that is the levels where I would like to take some profits over there on RSR. Basically, I don't want to be really greedy on this, unless this shit flips here, and then we can fly. But then we need a flip here. We need an accumulation. We need a flip. This is a strong levels on RSR. You see a breaker. So basically, if we flip here, RSR is literally gonna pump up so hard, it's gonna be like a bullish checkmate sort of a thing on RSR. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, this would be the triple top that we are having here. Is gonna be the target for take profits then. But for now, I do think we are going close to a big resistance. So we need to be slightly careful and not be greedy, much greedy about RSR in my view. Got a very good 31% move, guys. Thank you so much for holding. And I'm really happy. October was awesome. November is now proving to be awesome. We started with a nice scalps and printing good money. And now it's like, ladies and gentlemen, I do think at this point that, in my view, I think alts are literally going to rip up. Don't be afraid to buy. You just need to manage your risk, guys, and I'm damn sure alts are going to go one after another. So basically, before we go down, I've already discussed RSR, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what I expect. I mean, I expect a swing filler pattern. It already hit. So basically, I would like to see one more push up on the RSR. Basically, go to these levels, and I would like to see a rejection, or there will be a sharp rejection in my view from those levels. I'm not sure how sharp it would be, or might not be as well. It can literally everybody shorting, and just give a big squeeze and take everyone out of nowhere. I mean, the positive result is there, but I don't know exactly what's going to happen at this point because we have a strong resistance on over here. So basically, till we don't flip these levels, I do think RSR is slightly, not that bullish, but I would say it's not that bearish as well. But I would say we don't know exactly this point what it's going to do. But what I personally feel from the RSR perspective, yes, you can see here, EMA 200 on the weekly is flipped. EMA 50 is here. So basically the resistance is here now on the weekly time frame. We have started to flipping. If we close on Sunday, if we close weekly above the 50% line, above the RSI above 50, damn sure this is literally gonna go fly. The momentum on the weekly have started going above, which is a really good sign in my view. So weekly is looking great. Only the bearish divergence that we are forming at this point is slightly a worry to me actually, but that's all right. Now we are at a daily EMA 200, ladies and gentlemen, over here. Not daily EMA 200. Let me just see. There's some issue with the color. Yep. So I'm just gonna hide it. So we now have a daily EMA 200 over here. The EMA 100 is where we bid it. It flipped, and now we're going back up. So basically, it's like EMA 200 is once should be acting as a support if you really want to go up. So this is now should be acting as a strong support, and I would like to have our stops moved in profits probably, and just gonna let it play because the daily RSI is also looking great, and we are for the first time breaking above 70. Whenever the RSI on the daily break above 70, we literally get a big move on the RSR. If you just look at historical data, if you study, and hence I personally feel that we might literally get a very big scam move on the RSR. It can be like a wick or whatever, but a scam move is a possibility, and I would not be it is a real possibility that we might just literally pump up for a scam move. It can be like a pump and dump. It can literally go like here, go like this, reject, and come back down like this. It can be like this move as well. Possibility is always there, ladies and gentlemen. And hence, I do think, this is going to be very interesting for RSR. It's just getting hot. It's like a boiling, what do I say? I mean, I don't have words, but this is looking amazing in my view. We are going to a resistance. This is going to be tough levels, and everybody's going to short it because it's a very easy short. We want to short it. It's an easy short, very very easy short. Everybody wants to short it, including myself. And if I even have to take profits, easy short. But what it does is going to be like, if we are literally playing contrarian. So let's say we are playing contrarian, basically what the market don't want us to play. So if you play such a game, it's gonna be like everybody short, reject, make them more short, reject, make them more short, make them believe that we are going to dump, and out of nowhere, boom. This is how it goes up. I mean, this is a contrarian trade. I know that it's like a no, it's not supported by any technical analysis, nothing, but a psychology basically. Everybody showing the resistance. It's natural. Everybody shows the resistance, but it's just like a psychology that it might just literally do something like this. I mean, I'm not sure at this point, but RSR, fuck, 31% move, amazing. Now I just want a similar sort of a move from DOT, guys. Hold it, not selling a single coin that I bought it, and I'm having a good amount of DOT. I do think RSR broke above EMA 200. DOT is just trying to do that, and I'm damn sure it's just gonna fly like this. RSR took the RSR took liquidity above these levels, liquidity above these levels. You see RSR, it took the liquidity on the daily time frame, these levels and also these levels. So now it's time for DOT, and I'm damn sure $8 DOT is going to make us fucking rich. So just hold it tight, guys. Hold it very very tightly. DOT is just getting started. I'm not gonna sell. I'm not gonna TP. We were up good. I'm not gonna sell any single coin. Either it's a stop loss or it's gonna be big. Why? Because we have made good money on other coins, and I can at least risk something on DOT actually, because this can give us fucking big money actually. Now let's talk about the USD. The USD DOM. The USD DOM is still having that PO3 play out. We are now backtesting this support that we have 6.7%. I do think the way it's look like, there's a possibility that this may be an irregular expanded flat over here. So this can be A, B, C, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can even sweep the lows and reclaim it back probably and run up like this is a possibility. But the plan for the USD dominance is still same that where I discussed. There is a possibility that week of accumulation pattern is likely going to play out on this, and there's also possibility. But the good part about it is that we did not took this liquidity. You have a strong liquidity. We did not took any of the liquidity yet. So I really wanted yesterday to take this, a pump up like this, take the liquidity and then probably go like this. Would be amazing. Would be a confirmation that the bottom is in. But so far we haven't took any liquidity, so there is a possibility that if we lose these levels again, 6.7%, we are literally going haywire. We are going nuts, and we just gonna long whatever we see it, because it's just then gonna go something like this. Now that's gonna be something else, because this move is like A, B, C. This can be A, B, irregular flat, and then C. Something very similar sort of a thing is a possibility. You never know that. So basically for now I do think the plan for USD DOM is 6.7%. Lose it and we're gonna long it. Don't lose it, we're just gonna hold it, whatever we have. But for now this is the plan. USD DOM is still looking great on the low. These are all lower term time frame plans, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin, as I mentioned yesterday, our scalp on by indicator was amazing. The indicator literally gave a very interesting scalp yesterday. I took it, Show took it, and made a nice gains actually. It's easy peasy gain actually on the indicator, and amazing, guys. The price action algo was fucking amazing in my view. The chalk was perfect. Took a long here in the order block, 702 786 fib, and literally caught the bottom. We also had naked POC over here, and why it's not drawing? Yeah, yep. And my stops were under the order block over here like this, and you see where it went, almost close to 3-hour setup, 2.75. How amazing it is. How amazing. So a similar setup was given by ETH on ETH as well, by the price action algo. If you look at the 15-minute chart, on the price action algo, you had a very interesting long setup. Shore also gave that setup personally for this chalk that we had here. So it was like this chalk that we had at that point of time. If you see here, we had a chalk here, so I was looking for a long there, and this was like a chalk over here on an uptrend. I mean, BTC also had it. And I really personally wanted it to have it like 1775, like the lows that I really wanted it, but it did not give me the lows. I missed it. Sure, literally got it, but fine, amazing. And if you just nailed it from golden pocket zone to 784 because you have a lot of confidence, pin bar, you have a pin bar candle with boss EXT, you have an engulfing candle over here, nice order block, and just write the stops under this order block. You can write under the Monday lows as well because Monday low is now swept, so you can just have the stops under the previous lows and let it ride for like 2 hours or maybe even the highs. The current monthly open is amazing. It's a good resistance, and you see how this thing plays out. This was the first chalk that we had, and boom, it just went like it went more than more than literally like a 4.3 hour on this chalk, ladies and gentlemen. This was an amazing trade as well by the price action algo. Now, in between, there will be a lot of fake outs as well, as you can see after this bullish chalk that had it had immediately had printed the bearish chalk. But you see, the bearish chalk, I did not took it into consideration because we have a bullish engulfing candle here, along with the boss, gives me a confirmation that there is a very strong indication that the price is going to hold here. And then after this chalk, we got this bullish pin bar candle formation over here. So basically, this was all the confirmation that I really wanted for let it ride. Another chalk, and even if you would have missed this chalk, let's say, even if you would have missed this chalk, and even if you would have missed this chalk and something like that. So let's say you were here, you missed this whole chalk, and it went for a boss. So basically, even if you miss that chalk, the first one, you would be looking for the second chalk, right? And the second chalk would have been somewhere around the current weekly open would be the best levels for long. If you look from the Phipps perspective, from these lows to these highs over here, you see 0.6180 That was a very interesting and cool levels to long. I mean, if you just want to long it, but there is a fair value gap here as well above your order, so we might front run as well. I mean, this is what it says, and you have a strong support as well over here, so you can slightly have some bids over here, but majorly you should be having bids at golden pockets. On your stop should be under daily levels of support, and also another these levels. I mean, this is what I would do normally if this plays out, and you would be aiming for Monday highs or maybe 1836 levels, like the naked POC that you have for 3 hour. But 2 hour would be amazing in my view. Just target the 2 hour, whatever it gives you the 2 hour setup. This is what you should be doing actually, and if it fills, you're fine. But see, perfectly filled to the core, literally filled it 100% filled to the golden pocket zone, and not exactly golden pocket zone, but the fair value gap that it had here. It filled the fair value gap close to the golden pocket zone, and booyah, it literally pumped up to almost close to 3.3 or amazing trade, guys. The price action algo is fucking looking amazing. You just need to play the way you just need to trust it. You just need to know what all things are and how to play those things. Now let's talk about forget about the price action algo. Let's talk about the what BTC really wants, guys. Now we have a lot of options here. So basically we had a triangle. Now there is a probability that if you just look at the chart that we have here on the the Coinbase. So I'm going to analyze the Coinbase chart. So we are yet to break down, guys. So it's just holding this trend line. Until we are holding this trend line, there's a possibility that we might just have a look one more push on the upside. But we have a strong resistance here around 35,140, 35,200. So we are still under these levels. I do expect the price to act as a resistance because this is like a fake out to me, and this is like a ascending triangle fake out, and then we are going for a retest, and more likely if you retest it, USD dominant as support as well. So we can have something like this, just a trap 32,850, take everyone out. This can be a big A, B, C irregular flag, and that's gonna be amazing because I'm damn sure the top is not in. The top is literally not in. Why? Because if you look at closely on the 1 hour time frame on the Coinbase chart, what it tells you, ladies and gentlemen, it tells you that the move over here is some sort of A, B, C, and then you got 5 waves down, and then you got something another corrective move like 5 waves. It can be like something, but you clearly see these all moves are A, B, C. So what I personally feel over here from a perspective that what I personally feel is that this move was, in my view, a very strong irregular expanded flat. And I think the bottom might be in as well. I mean, this is the minimum target that we might be looking for. But the best would be take a liquidity on the downside, take everyone out of the game, make them bearish, give them hope that the price is going to go to 31,850, 31,400. Give them hope, hope, hope. So if it just goes something like this, fake out, dump, take a liquidity pump, and then just don't go that deep. I mean, something like this. So this can be, was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. I don't know. I mean, this counts really sucks actually. This can be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. No, A, B, C, A. This is A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more push up, and like a deviation. If it deviates, come back down on the quarterly levels. We short it with the tight stops, and because we are on the weekend, so liquidity is gonna be taken care on the weekend. So this is like a 1, and this is some sort of A. This is some sort of an irregular flat. Over here, an irregular flat. We go up, take a liquidity, come back down like this, or one more time. So that whole structure is gonna be like A, B, and C. But why the fuck A, B, and C? Because then it would have a different structure altogether. So this can be, A, B, C. Or maybe like A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Something like this. I mean, I would like to see something like this, but then why would it give me? Because everybody wants this liquidity to be taken care of. Well, if this is like A, B, and C, then we are fucked. But if it's like wave 1 and this is 2, then it's fine. Then we can have 3 here, 4, 5. Everybody's gonna shout here, so that's gonna be the 5 waves we would be aiming for. It can even straight away go to 31,850. Like a bullish checkmate for BTC. It can straight away go there like a bullish retest. And this retest is going to be amazing in my view. So definitely if it go there, we are buying big, and then we can have a pump up like this. This pump is going to come. The question is from where is the question. That's the only question that we have to ask ourselves. But this is what I personally feel that something like this makes more sense. The worst case scenario, this is the bearish count that I have for now. And can even go from like this. It can even go to something like this, a one more push up, and then go down like this to the monthly levels of support. So this is also another wave count that we have here, but this is gonna be like and it also supports because this is the move was like 1, 2, and this move is like wave 3, 4, 5, and boom, a wave 2 here, give us a retest and then run up like 40,000, 44,000 bucks. That's what it's gonna do then. So that's going to be the big retest of the monthly support that we are looking for, and the dips that we are waiting for. So basically, I think this is another bearish count that we have here. In my opinion, what I personally would like to see here on the BTC USD is one more push up, take the liquidity, go and retest 30 to 35,200, and if it comes back down, reject, close on the quarterly levels one more time, and we don't lose this, and we lose this levels of support at 34,750 as well. I would like to see it's going towards 33,700 and maybe even 32,800 as well. This is what I would like to see. This also goes with my plan of USD DOM. So that's gonna be like a very interesting hold up here, take a liquidity, and run up something like this. Accumulate, and then run up. That's gonna be a very interesting bullish checkmate for USD DOM. Very interesting. But I've seen when we are a strong downtrend over here, if you just look at on the Bitcoin chart, the CMEs are closed, but just look at the Binance chart that I'm gonna show you on the 4 hours time frame. So look at what we did in 2022 actually. We are just trying to study the charts so that we know exactly what they should want it. So see, we got a very sharp move here as well, and as you can see here, a very sharp move. And this was supposed to be like a very interesting, bullish checkmate sort of a pattern. Everybody thought it's a bullish checkmate. The only thing here is, after this, we did not sweep the highs, but on the USD dominance chart, we did sweep the highs. I would just like to eliminate this. Let's look into something looks very similar to. Just hold on. What looks very similar? Yeah, this looks very similar to me. If you look at here, you got the lows first, and then you got the highs. So what we did first was take the highs, and then we took a deviation. But then the pump literally happened by taking these highs, and then we gave a retest, and then the price starts running up. This is like a very interesting checkmate as well. And we can also do something like this, like a checkmate for sure, but not a full checkmate. So this is what I would like to see. We got a dump here, we got a take a liquidity, got a sweep down, we went here, a retest, a run up, go here. Everybody expects pump like this on the USD dump, but it don't give us sideways and further dump. I mean, this is gonna be amazing in my view if it just gives us. We really wanna long that shit. What do we have more? Nothing much over here from the PA perspective. This was a really nice checkmate. I really played this perfectly at that point of time, if you remember it. This was my biggest long, the bullish checkmate that I played it. It's like a giga long actually. Amazing. I made a ton of money over here with this long. It was a very bullish price action, It's like a lot of people accumulated, they got kicked out, and a lot of things are happened at that point of time here. Where can we find this? Where can we find it? Any examples of a checkmate? Checkmate's like a triple top. Amazing. Hold on. So for what BTC is doing is irregular flat, pump up. And if we don't lose this lows, if we accumulate it, we can have run up. It's gonna have a continuation with a lower run up. It can be like a vertical accumulation as well, whether we had in the bull run actually. So you can see here what literally it did. We got a nice pump, and then it's accumulated a rise, sweep of the highs, a lows, pump up, accumulated, and then a new pump started. Basically, that's a strong bullish sign. Anyways, let's go to the chart at this moment. So what I personally feel right now is that BTC is gonna pump up. So the pump minimum target for the pump is, in my view, is gonna be 35,000. On the Bybit, it's gonna be 35,300 because of the range height that it has. The Coinbase chart is slightly different, but this is what I have from the pump up targets for. This is the max target I would like to have see on the BTC. I mean, anything above this is gonna be like a fly. It's gonna go up one more sign basically. Why? Because then the triangle is not gonna be the triangle. It's gonna be something else. It's gonna be holding these supports here already, and this move is gonna be like some sort of a wave A over here. A where this is like a wave A. In my view, this is like A, B, and I would like to have C here. So this would be amazing, and this is the plan that I would like to have. A very strong irregular expanded flat. I just don't know whether it's gonna give me or not, but in my view, if you even look at this chart with the line, if you even look at the line chart on the lower term time frame, forget about everything else. What it tells us that this was the highs, A, B, C, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is clearly your irregular expanded flat that we really wanted it. Okay. and then the pump that we got is like 1 2, or maybe A B C A, or maybe 1 2, basically 1 2 3 4 and 5. So this is going to be like a 5 waves here, a very complex 5 waves. Or you can also say that this is like a very clean, expanding diagonal sort of a structure as well, a very nice expanding diagonal. So that's like a wave 1 itself. So if this is the bottom, let's say this is the bottom, and if this is like just wave 1 and not the end of something, okay, on the lower term time frame that we are talking about. Because if you look at the correction that we had here on the line chart, so you had an accumulation, you got a very nice move from here, another very interesting move by like 1 2, and if you just look here, this whole move can be a wave 3 actually. The top might be in, or we might have one more push up and the top might be in. Because if you look internal structure, this is like 1 2, this is like a wave 3 4 5, and that's going to be a wave 3, and now we are doing wave 4. Now wave 4 ideally from a price closing perspective should be anywhere between 0.382 to 0.5. It can even be like a very shallow wave 4, let's say if I just, normally I don't do Elliot wave counts based on line chart, that's not my style, but now this is like making it very easy for me to understand it, so I'm doing it because I like to consider wicks as well. 0.236, a very shallow wave 4. A very shallow wave 4 would be around 33,500, and a perfect wave 4 would be around 3250. So ideally, let's say this is like a wave 5, this is the end of something, okay, because we have like 1 2 3 4 and 5. You see 5 waves, like as you can see here on the line chart. This is like A B C, one more push up, A B C, and then we get like this, boom, wave 3 here, sweep the lows and maybe go to 32,800. So then everybody is gonna be feel like we're gonna fill this whole fair value gap. Possibility is there, but I feel that it's not gonna do that. It's gonna not fill the whole gap, it's gonna literally bounce from here for a further run up for the wave 5. So basically that whole move is going to be like 1 2 3 4 5, and that's exactly what I think, and that's gonna be like a biggest wave 3 actually, because we are not yet done. It's like wave 1 2, this pump is gonna be wave 3, and you're going to get wave 4 towards a retest of 31.8, a biggest wave 4, and then you get further wave 5. So a lot of choppiness is gonna come, and when this wave 4 comes, alts are gonna fire up, like flare up very hard when this wave 4 comes. So this is like, for now, all I see is a continuation of a trend. We are not yet done, and the dips are for buying, guys. Don't be silly. As I mentioned yesterday, till we are above 30,500, we are bullish. So you really don't have to think much about going down or whatsoever. Press the buy button if you're not in anything. Have something in your hand. Buy Bitcoin spots. Have some longs on coin margins. That's what I would give you when it goes to 32,900. I'm not gonna miss that swings actually. So far we have played good scalps. Now it's time for swings as well for us to play. So basically I do think 32.9 is going to be, till we are about 30,400, I think we are good. Once the 30,400 is lost, then the game's gonna change. Then we have a very different scenario then. But for now, no. The only worst case, if BTC looks bullish, the only worst case that comes into my mind at this point, if you look at the, if you really look at the total crypto market cap, things slightly looks different. BTC looks bullish to me personally, if you ask me. Only thing is, if we look at the total crypto market cap, things look slightly different on a daily time frame. The PO3 was there, and look at the total is pumping. Why? Because the alts are going nuts, not because of BTC. But I think, let's look at the daily time frame. It's like a vertical accumulation that's happening at this point, and literally we might be expecting PO3, but it just don't give it, and might give something like this, probably. As I mentioned, if 6.7% is lost, we're gonna long it. It's just gonna do something like this, 1.3 trillion. Come back down, take the liquidity. That's gonna be a very interesting, you know, A, B, but B can't be that higher. But that should be some very different count. Then this can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, and after that we're gonna retest. Or retest might not come actually. This makes it very very bullish actually for a total crypto market, because we are having a this vertical accumulation at this point. So when you have such sort of a vertical accumulation, when the price is holding up, this is in my view a good sign. As you can see, when we were pumping here, we had a similar vertical accumulation followed by a sharp dump and a pump. So if we are having a very similar vertical accumulation here as well, it's like everybody's longing. We're gonna have a pump up like this to 1.3 and a sharp dump like this to take the liquidity, to take these lows that we have here and go and retest the lows that we have, go and retest 1.18 trillion, and boom, further run up like this towards maybe 1.4 and 1.5 trillion. This is what I do think. Yeah, the move in my view is not a bullish move. Why? Because hard-term time frame total crypto market cap, my plan for a hard-term time frame total crypto market cap is very simple. I mean, this whole structure was A, and then you have A, B. We're like a double bottom sort of a thing. This can never be never be wave 2. Actually, wave 2 can't have a double bottom, cannot. It has to be wave B. It did not even sweep the lows, and if it did not sweep the lows, clearly indicates that this is not an irregular flat. This is not a running flat as well. Why? Because this highs did not took the highs of the previous highs. It did not sweep up. So basically this clearly looks to me like a running flat. So basically, I personally at this point, what I personally feel is on the total crypto market cap is there is still a hope that this move is like a clean impulsive move here on the total crypto market cap. Let me show you. Here, and we are currently doing A, B and C. So we are more likely either the bottom is in, or we can have one more sweep down. It's not gonna go to 786. It can literally go here to 934 billion and flare up, and then we're gonna start a bull run, basically. Whatever you say, but this is how it starts. So in between, what I'm seeing on my plan is this is A, B, C, B, like this over here. Take the highs, and then it gives one more time. Now it can be a running flat. It cannot sweep the lows as well. It can bounce from here as well as we have support. It can be irregular flat like this, and then it's like a connector. So we are having a connector. A lot of FOMO is happening. It's a connector. The yellow line is a connector, and once you have a connector in place, the shit hit the fan, and it's just gonna pump up like this. So I do think we still need to have some more accumulation before we literally go for a big impulsive move, in my view. So the way you got a pump like this, I'm damn sure it's gonna be a very volatile pump from here itself. And if, in my view, if this is how it's gonna play on the total crypto market cap, so why this is not like a biasness that we are talking about. This is like the charts that it speaks. If this highs were taken, if it goes like this and would have down like this and lit a double bottom, then this structure would have been bullish, meaning the bottom is in. This would have been an irregular flat or a running flat, but that's not the case here, which clearly indicates that we are still might be in an early phase of a bull run, which means that we still have an opportunity, probable opportunity coming in when the SPX tops out. So I do think this is my plan for now, the hard term time frame. Now For BTC, as I mentioned, BTC can have slightly run up like the other coins. From the FIPS perspective, I would not like to see total crypto market cap going above 1618, basically 1.44 trillion. Max, I would like to have it go to 1.385. The best case would be if it rejects personally from even 1.34 trillion. So this is what I would like to see the total crypto market cap, in my view, doing something like this, in case if it just wants to have the push up one more time, run up, and that's how, because ideally the way I see this structure, the vertical accumulation, it reminds me of this vertical accumulation. It also reminds me of this was not a vertical accumulation clearly, but we also have a vertical accumulation like this, as you can see here. You see, Lord, many of time this vertical accumulation have led to give us a very interesting pump up accumulation, a dump, and a pump. A vertical accumulation like this, run up, and then it's like a big dump. So both the times we have seen a very similar situation. Over here, when we had a very nice, not a vertical accumulation, it was like a broadening top. Over here, broadening top, and then it start boom, 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 something like this. So basically, I personally feel, what I personally see from here is, even if we get one more push up like this, that push is going to lead, in my view, for a bigger move on the downside. The lows over here will not be safe. The lows over here were not safe. The lows over here are not safe as well. These lows are going to be taken care of. Now this can be like a bigger, this can be, I would like to see this as just a sweep and one more push up. Why? Because this is in my view, this is like A, B, C 1, A, B, C 2. This is 3, 4, a sharp wave, 4 pullback, make everyone bearish again, and run up to $1.4 trillion. And that's what it makes me think that the dips are for buying, and we don't want to miss this wave 4. So that's how, in my view, this whole structure is going to be like A, B, over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So basically, I think wave 4 is going to come, guys. Have some patience, and that's where we buy spots on BTC. We build coin margin contracts, and we let it ride. Even if we are wrong, let's say even if we are wrong that this ABC is wrong, so building in coin margin contracts under this liquidity that we have here, historically in the past, every time we have took the liquidity, you see, this was the liquidity. We took the liquidity every damn time. So historically speaking, even if we have one more push up like this and we go down straight to these lows, that's going to be our wave 4, and we're going to long it. So if we long it, and if we are right, we're going to be exiting our profit with like 18% gains on BTC, Ethereum, whatever you want to buy, whatever you want to long it. But if we are wrong with this plan, it's literally gonna pump up so hard, and it can literally go to golden pocket zone of $1.7 trillion, like a 44% move. So hence this level makes sense for me to buy spot bags, as well as have a coin margin long contracts. If I'm right, still we end up gonna make 17%. If I'm wrong, we are gonna make big money. So basically, for now, this is the plan, and our plan to long and buy spots would be any sweep under this lows. Practically, this is the liquidity. Now, not necessarily it can come from here. No, ideally, the way the structure looks like, it wants to have slightly more, chop. So basically, it's just gonna have one more push up like this. It can have one more push up like this, and then probably do something like this. The more chop, and the more also are gonna have nice pump, a squeeze down, take the liquidity, run up further, and then maybe we can look for a bigger dump or maybe something like that. So this is what the plan on the hard-term time frame for now for the total crypto market cap, and this also aligns with every damn thing, BTC, Ethereum, everything. It also aligns with my plan for a bigger plan for the USD DOM that I have. You see, we are at a strong support. We are going to the 786 fib at this point, and I personally feel that we have not swept the highs. The highs are not taken, which means that the top is not in. Now this can be a very interesting ABC, or maybe this can be, you know, some sort of a one more sweep down, some sort of a thing like this, and then a run up. This is, I don't know, but this to me feel like a very strong, you know, very strong flag sort of a structure here on the this total crypto market USD DOM. So basically we just go to 886, we have a run up, one more retest like this, a run up maybe like this over here, and then we break out from this to the wave 5. I mean, possibility is always there. The way gold did, gold also swept the highs, and after that it starts reversing. So we have not ticked these highs, and the move was A, B, and C. Clearly indicates that you know, they bought the top for the USA DOM is still not in. We still need to have something. This can be a very interesting bullish pennant as well. Now just I'm gonna draw and show you something, a pennant structure. So as you can see here, so basically excuse me, we can see, you know, very similar sort of a structure here, and we can slightly just go a little bit something like this on a hand. We can just accumulate till like here at the end of the edge, maybe do something like this, accumulate, and a fake breakout and then dump. I mean, this is also a possibility here. But for now, I'm not going with all these possibilities. I'm just watching total crypto market cap. And total crypto market cap is very clear to me. And hence, I personally feel at this point that dips are for buying, guys. We are not backing off from buying the dips. That's what we should be doing. So have your capital ready. And, you know, whenever this retest is going to come. Now, not necessarily, as I mentioned, you know, it's going to come from here. No. As I mentioned, you know, we can have a slight upper like this, and then probably we can have one more push up like this, and then we can do something like this. Is a possibility as well. But the dump is going to be very sharp, in my view. Whenever we get this move on the downside, everything is going to blow down. Every damn coin is going to have a bullish retest, and then pump, retest, and then pump. So that's what it's gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. So for now, this is the plan. Can have one more push up and then down is what I would like to see on the total crypto market cap. For now, it can even go from here as well, but anywhere under this level is what we are buying. That's for sure. That's what you need to understand. If you really don't know what we are playing at this point, 6.7% lose, we long it from here for like another 4 to 5% move. We long it, take profits and run. And we will short if it goes to 1.3 trillion from here straight away. We were gonna short the market, and we're gonna ride it for like 11 to 12% move, in my view. Best would be 12.2% down, and from there, from these levels of 1.18 trillion, I'm expecting another 17 to 18% move on the up. Maybe this might be the top as well, but for now, this is how I would like to see a market to play out actually. So that's what the half time frame that we have. 7.27%, 6.7% is what I'm aiming for. We are barely holding it here. So once this level is lost on the 4 hours, we are literally going to long the dips or buy the dips is what I would say. You know, really want to see that we lose these levels, we start closing under 2 candles, and any pump we get it for long it and ride it in more on the downside. But for now, this looks, in my view, the structure is slightly looking bullish at this point. We still are bullish. I would have been very bullish. I would have told you that don't buy it, let's short it. If you would have took this liquidity, basically it would have made higher highs and then down like this, would have confirmed that we are going up. It did not took it, so now we are like a 50-50 whether it's gonna go or not. So now we're gonna play levels. That's what we normally do. Talking about S&P 500, it pumped up slightly higher, but that's fine. I still expect ABC move on the S&P 500, but now it's not gonna be like a bigger move on the downside. So what I expect on S&P 500, it's a very nice impulsive move that we got here after 5 waves on the downside. So basically, I would like to see a small retracement or a retest of these levels. We have a nice gap here as well on the S&P 500, and we have an order block and something like this. So now it's going to be something like this, and then further run up to these levels of 4,500, and then maybe down. But for now, I would like to see a move on the downside on the S&P 500. Talking about the hard-term time frame, US 10-year yield, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be our biggest topic for today. Arab Mohsin, bro, can you check EDC? Sure, we'll check it. For me, EDC looks good. Okay, no more 23k, 20k. We don't know at this point. What about the coin margin contract? We were talking about. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I just mentioned about the coin margin contracts. We're going to take a coin margin contract longs under this red zone first. If we are right, then we're still gonna end up making 17 to 18%. If we are wrong, and then we're gonna make big money. Simple as that. And ideally, you would really like to have be wrong here, but I would like to be right as well, of course. This structure is looking great. If this structure plays out, it's gonna fuck everyone, and then it's gonna give us that final dip that we are waiting for, along with SP 500. SPX also dumps, BTC also dumps, and everybody's gonna shout and scream 18k, 19k, but it's not gonna give that. And maybe even 15k, it's not going to give that, because this is now a strong support. We're not going to go under these levels, no. So basically, max it can go to maybe 786 ideally, but it should not even go there. In case if it wants to go, it can, but in my view, I would like to start buying dips anywhere from these levels of equilibrium, 934 billion to maybe it goes to 841 billion. Fine, we're just going to buy the dips. It is hardly like 10% move, so the coin margin is gonna make much safer for us to long the dips and buy the dips. Yes, I'm in a RSR.FET, then having INJ already sold 70%. Then I don't have a BTC Ethereum longs, just played scalps, whatever I'm giving to you guys. Don't have anything, only have the 25% spot bags I bought at 16,800, and I've been very vocal about it since then. Every time I've told you that I'm not selling it. Even we were here at 24,000, I told you I'm not selling it. It's just for my long-term buy. I want to sell it around $500,000 when Bitcoin reaches at 500,000 bucks. I'm just gonna sell at those time. I'm just gonna let it ride. I just want to build coin margins, which is still I'm not build it. I'm having a Woo bag as well, which I bought in a previous group, and I'm still holding it. Woo I bought literally at the bottom, but I still feel that if literally, also need to have that one more push down, probably, then I think even, a BTC and everything is going to have that push down. The only thing that I personally, I don't know, I just want to tell you one thing. Everybody is bullish about ETF, but what I just want to tell you is, when CME was introduced, we literally dumped and we started the bear market. So I just hope that ETF is delayed, until we reach 500,000. So we just keep on pumping on ETF, because if ETF comes like in a month or so and BTC is not even there at 40k or 50k, then we have a big problem. Then we'll still see the dump, because ETF is gonna be like, the ETF news have already pumped the market. ETF launch is gonna be like sell the news sort of a thing, So I have these positions at for my link. Also, I'm having that spot bags I bought at 4.65. Partially, I'm having it. I don't have any other else bags actually. I really want to buy more Bitcoin. 25% is not really enough for me. I really want to go all in Bitcoin in my view. So I'm gonna play big here, and I'm gonna give you that long as well. I played big on a long, if you remember, at 29,000 something or 28,000 something, if you remember, and we ride it till 30,800 something. We book profits. I do think we are we are going to play big on these levels as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the US 10-year yield. So, US 10-year yield, I think a lot of you guys who are new, US 10-year yield is a very strong indication that what the market is going to go next. So, in my view, US 10-year yield is very likely topping out with 0.886 fib on the monthly time frame. Also, the weekly time frame is looking great in my view. The plan was this. I posted previously as well when we discussed a few months back that US 10-year yield is going to have a push up, goes to 0.94 max, and in my view should reject those levels. But the very important thing about this US 10-year yield is we have a monthly bearish divergence, we have a weekly bearish divergence, and it all is confirmed. So now it's going to be like, let's see how it plays out. So previously when US 10-year yield was, in 2008, if you see here, what it did was it did almost close to a nice pump like here, a double top, and then we started a bear market rally. But if you just at that point of time add another chart over here, which is S&P 500 or SPX over here, so just add SPX and also add gold chart as well, sorry, not gold, here same percentage scale. So if you are adding both the chart here on the over here, I think you just have to add it in the new pane probably. Hold on, let me just add it. Gold new price scale and SPX new price scale. Perfect. So you see what we did previously. Okay, I'm just going to remove my drawing so that you will be see how we play it out and how the price action, how the price or money flows from the risk-free asset to the risk asset. This was the levels. Okay, this was the levels when SPX, the US 10-year yield started to top out. This was the levels. What happened once it tops out? Okay, once it tops out and it starts dumping, along with that, the market starts dumping. You see SPX had a big crash. Gold reverse, pumped up and then it dumped. Barabar? So basically I think the first dump, whatever we're going to get it, and after that a pump, what we're going to get it is for buying the dips across the board, because that is going to be like the money will start rotating from a risk-free assets to SPX and gold. So if that is the case, it started dumping like this, and SPX started a big bull run, pumping. You see, it just started pumping. The way we were dumping like here, it started pumping. You see, SPX tops out closely when over here. It tops out here in 2020, basically, or I would say it gave a further bottom when literally this market also bottomed, and when it started to reverse, even gold also gave a very interesting higher run up, and when this market starts flipping a previous resistance over here, these levels, the market starts going down, because they feel that the market is the risk-free assets are pumping, the market is gonna flip. So basically that's where the money goes into the risk-free assets. The same cycle in my view is going to repeat, and how it is going to repeat, let me show you. But that point of time we did not have Bitcoin, so now we have Bitcoin, so we're just going to talk from Bitcoin perspective. So I'm just going to remove SPX, and I'm just going to have gold and Bitcoin, because you see your Bitcoin is your digital gold actually. That's what they say. So you have a Bitcoin, okay? So now as you can see here, Bitcoin is already having a nice run up. Over here we are already the blue chart that we have. let's say the top is in, and if we are closing in 26 days, this monthly candle like a bearish engulfing candle, we are, of course, we're gonna dump. So let's say we are topping out here, or maybe we're gonna top in the next month. So basically we start dumping, and the price once lose the levels of 45, this 4.29% on the US 10-year yield, it's just gonna dump. So what it's gonna do for a BTC is, when the price the next month, wherever the price would be in the next month, it is also going to go down along with the US 10-year yield. Okay, and when it bounces, it's just going to have further down, and that's going to be like a buy the dip, because US 10-year yield then is going to do something like this, and your gold is gonna, what do you say, Bitcoin is gonna pump up like this. It literally going to start a bull run, because the money is going to flow from a risk-free assets to a risky asset, a volatile asset. Mainly basically it's Bitcoin, and I personally feel that I've also have a nice confluence with the CPI. If Bitcoin is known as a digital gold, then definitely it should perform as a gold. So I do think, in case whatever the dips we get it, I'm not sure where how far or how big the dips would be, whatever dips we get in. One thing is for sure that, SPX is one thing is for sure that the dips are for buying for gold, and it's gonna start a big bull run. Money is gonna flow from the safe havens, basically the bonds, to the risk averse asset, basically. So that's what I personally think about the overall market. The US 10-year yield is topping out, which is a very good sign. And be ready, guys. I mean, we don't know exactly at this point how big the dump is, because BTC wave counts are very, very different. I'm not gonna take to the wave counts of the Bitcoin as well. Let's go to the wave count of a Bitcoin as well. So now the total crypto market cap wave counts are done. Okay, so now we heart on time frame. Let's go to the Bitcoin heart on time frame wave counts. This is going to be amazing, guys. Don't miss it, because the first dump, whatever we're going to get, the first dump is always going to be the dump across the board. Everything dumps along with together, and that dump is where the money starts coming in. Yes, the XRP plan is still same. 0.26 is what I would like to buy in my view, if we get it. There is no change in the plan, because this whole structure is still bearish to me. There is no, I don't see it as a bullish structure. It's still to me like a very interesting bearish structure, and I would like to see 0.26 one more time before it just, pump up. I would like to see that. Let's see. So let's talk about the Bitcoin chart on the hourly time frame. I'm just gonna look at the weekly time frame chart, ladies and gentlemen. So remove the brush, fibs, and one day fine. We're just gonna have this one. So few months back, when we really waited for BTC to give us, because we really wanted this pump to be some sort of a wave 3 here, A, B, and C, give us that dump and then run up like this. This is what we really wanted, but now that has failed, because we really did not even sweep the lows on the, did not even sweep the lows on the Coinbase or the spot charts. The perpap did sweep the lows, but then this support that we have, the support that we had here, is strictly acting as a strong support, and we bounced 2 times from those levels, and the price have gone way above. So the way I think is, and the way I see so far is that there are 2 options when we are looking to the Bitcoin. Actually, we have 2 options. Let's study the chart that we have in front of our screen for the what we did previously and how the pre-phase bull run begins. This was the highs and this was the lows. So the pre-phase of bull run literally hit it, and it literally went to the golden pocket zone. Okay, and after that, after the golden pocket zone, we went it towards the retest of 0.14 fib levels, and you can say very close to the 0 fib levels as well. Very close. Did not hit it, but very close. A very similar sort of a thing, if I just have to say, from the fibs perspective, Overall, we are bullish. The bottom is in. That's what I can say for now. And the concretely bottom is in. 2022 was your bottom. So basically, if let's say BTC is very bullish, let's say, if it is very, very bullish, the whole point of this move was irregular, flat. Now this can be anything. This can be, A, B, C, or this can be impulsive moves, or this can be, A, B, C, A, B, C, B, and this can be C as well. Possibility is always there because of the volume. If it would have been wave 3, this shit would have gone with a big volume. There is no volume. You see the volume over here? I don't see this volume over here. You see the volume over here in this pump in the wave 3? I don't see that volume so far on the weekly time frame on the Coinbase chart. So basically, either this move is like a very simple A, B, and C, probably, and or if this is ABC, which is very hard to believe that this is ABC, because if this is ABC, we are saying that BTC is still in the bear market. This is a bear market rally, and the bear market rally is going to do something like this: a head and shoulder, and then probably sweep the lows and then run up. This is how the bear market rally then looks like, which I personally don't believe in it at this point till I see it. But this is like ABC. For me, the bullish count is the whole move was like 1, 2, 1, A, B, C, 2, and we have started in a wave 3. Now this wave 3 is also going to have 1, 2, like a retest, as I mentioned, monthly retest of 30,500, 31,800 on a total crypto market cap, as I mentioned. Like, we can have one more push, but this retest is gonna come, and that retest we can have pump up, and it can do something like this as well, like this. So that retest is gonna come for sure. So on the Bitcoin, if we are saying that retest is gonna come and a big retest is gonna come, then this is how it's gonna go. It's gonna go to 48,000, 49,000 if we are very bullish. It's gonna be like, a V-shaped recovery and a big cup. It's like an Adam and Eve bottom formation. So we have a halving next year. Okay, where is my vertical line? So you have a halving 160 days. How do I see the days now? From here, somewhere in April, 166 or 164 days, I don't remember exactly. Here, and this is gonna be like a big Adam. So if that's what I mentioned, if we are correct, we're still gonna end up making 17%, but if we are wrong, then we're gonna make fucking big money. So that's why I'm saying we just wanna be in Bitcoin, honestly. So this is like a big Adam. Over here, the halving comes, we start dumping, ETF news comes, we start dumping, we go down, retest these levels at some point, a big 0 point golden pocket zone retest, ABC. People are going to expect this retest of this, something like this, but no, we don't give them, and run up to like a big fucking bull run. So that's going to be like, in my view, a biggest harmonic is going to come in and take in place. We already have a bullish harmonic, and that's going to be another big, I would say, from here till here, the golden pocket zone, come back down, run up slightly, 786 ideally would be nice, go down here, don't give them the full dump, and run up. So you have a double bullish harmonic. You have 1, 2, 1, 2, and you have first harmonic here, you have second harmonic here, and then we just run up. This is going to be very bullish case, I'm damn sure. And if that happens, ladies and gentlemen, This is my bigger bullish plan for Bitcoin. In case if you are very bullish, we are not going to see that, you know, yeah, 0.26 to 0.22 is where the range is actually. So you should be buying or accumulating at those ranges slowly and gradually. Your invalidation would be under 0.1. So this is how I would like to see it being very, very bullish, a double harmonic bullish. And in that case, we are likely going to see 23,200 or maybe 22,400 Bitcoin. Everybody is going to scream for new all-time highs. But this is how, in my view, from 49,000, a big accumulation pattern forms. This is more like a big wave 1, ABC wave 2, and boom, a wave 3. And trust me, guys, if wave 1 is so big, wave 3 is gonna go to, clearly 350 to 400k. 95% of the Twitter people are gonna sell around 150, 160, 170. And they will be right selling those levels because we're gonna dump from those levels. But what dump? 20% dump and then run up towards 500,000. The 500,000 is going to come, my friends. It's literally going to come. And I'm not gonna let any one of you guys fucking sell your Bitcoin at 150,000 or 170k. We are all going to sell around above 420, 430k. Whatever it comes, we're gonna sell it. We don't want to even wait for $1 million. No, it's never gonna happen at this bull run. But whatever, anything above 400,000, 420, we are gonna sell it, and we're gonna be making fucking big money. But this is how there are two options at this point in my view. So let's say, and this option is completely opposite of total crypto market cap. It clearly indicates that this ABC is not gonna play out, and we are saying is that the total crypto market cap is literally gonna go bonkers. It's gonna go something like this, and basically, I don't know why it would do that, but let's say in case if it does, it goes straight to $1.7 trillion. So that's what it is for now. So this is the plan for total for now, and my plan to buy the dip would be anywhere under 1.19 to 1.17 trillion for total. We are going to buy those dips along with together for every damn thing that we have. We will see in front of our eyes. Bitcoin, let's say if the halving, if you really want to pump up, this is how it should go. This is literally how it should go in my view. Literally. And basically I would like to see a wave 1 so big like this. So we will see how this plays out. The worst case scenario and the bear case scenario. The bear case scenario for a Bitcoin, which I personally feel that the only bear case scenario I feel that this is wave 1, 2, okay, and this is more like a wave 3 here, okay. So you're going to see a wave 4 retracement, maybe to 30,400, and then you're going to see further run up for the wave 5 towards 37, maybe even 38,400, and we're going to then look for a wave 2. This is going to be like a big bullish count as well. Now that was a fucking bullish count. This is like a small wave 1, a small wave 1, a small wave 2, and then you get a bigger wave 1, a bigger wave 2, and then you get boom, a bull run. So that's a very small wave 1 basically. The wave 1 would be here, sorry, my mistake. That's where the wave 1 then would be. It also goes with the plan of me having to form a very interesting, a very interesting, I would say an expanding diagonal structure, which I really wanted to BTC to do that. But now that we have broken out of this, so I would like to say that this is literally going to be like, in my view, the only bear count, as I mentioned, we are already close to wave 3 here. So wave 3 and then a wave 5, and then further run up down like this. I form a very nice head and shoulder kind of a structure, dump like this, take a liquidity, go to the monthly FVG, and then we run up. This is the bear count that I have. The bullish count, as I mentioned, we hold 30,500, we pumped up to $49,000, we come back down to 23,000. We're not gonna go under 23 any point of time. 20k is your strong bottom at that point of time. 23 is your big level. I mean, you don't even not need to wait for 23k. You simply start buying from 24,300. Accumulate. That's what you should do then. But that's going to be a big Adam and Eve. This is not going to be like an Adam and Eve, but this is very much possible actually, guys. So in my view, the bullish calm rays pump up straight to 49,000 after giving us a dip. The dip that we are looking for is this. The red line. Sweep the red line, run up. That's what we want. So the red line is most likely going to be, in my view, the dip that we are watching for or waiting for is more likely going to come under 32,890. So basically anywhere under 32,800, 32,200 is what I would be looking to long, basically, for Bitcoin. And the stops would be under 31,400. And our take profit targets would be the 702, 2022, 30,500. And in case if it flips, then we are going to go to 49,000 bucks on Bitcoin, and we're going to sell every damn Bitcoin that we bought at around GP zone, and we're just going to probably re-long or wait for a buy bottom actually. Because remember, every bull run, there is always be wave 2 actually. There is wave 1, there has to be wave 2. Now in between there can be one pop up like this, and then it can go. A lot of waves in between it can be. Similarly, for wave 2, it will not be straight down. It will be like this. Double top, dump. Or it can be, a triangle like this. Boom. Can be anything. So, basically, I do think HTF. HTF for now, our priority is to long or buy the fucking dip anywhere under 32,900. That's the priority number 1. The priority number 2 is to take profits around 38,500 and to have eyes on 30,466. If this is lost, then this bear count is going to play out then, the head and shoulder sort of a thing. Because why I feel that this head and shoulder is a possibility for it to play out on the weekly time frame. Why? The possibility for this head and shoulder, and it's going to be like a fake head and shoulder, big trap. It's going to be like a trap, like the bears are gonna fucked up so big, and the bulls are gonna be a winner in this whole flag. How? So let me show you, ladies and gentlemen. So what it's gonna do is, normally in this flag we have a strong volume coming in, lot of buys happening, lot of big buys. You see the big buys are happening with this flag from this breakout till flag. And when this head and shoulder is happening, the head is happening, we're not going to see much buys. We're most likely going to see much of sells and flat. And when this shoulder forms, we're going to literally see lot of less amount of sells happening, less amount of buy happening. Basically, the market was getting ready, accumulation happening over here. They pump up, a lot of small, not accumulation, but basically, what do you say? I forgot. Distribution was happening in this point, and then people literally got exhausted. The bulls got exhausted. They've made everyone believe that they are exhausted, and bears literally dumped it towards these levels of monthly fair value gap, or maybe quarterly OB, and then pump up. If we really want this target to test, we really do not want it Bitcoin to go above 38,400. 0.702 2022 Fibs. We really don't want BTC to go above. Anything above these levels, 49,000 is gonna come. So we're just gonna ride. So for now, we're just gonna play levels, guys. At this point, we really don't sure. I personally don't. I'm not sure that we're gonna get the lows or not. We just gonna. What I'm sure of is, we are buying this fucking dip. That's what I want. Just give me this red line, either from here, this red line, or straight away from here, this red line. Give me something. I want to ride till 1.385 trillion. That's going to be 18% move on the upside. And especially I want to ride Ethereum. I want to ride BTC, but I would ride more Ethereum. Ethereum is a laggard and it's lagging a lot. So I want to ride Ethereum and then Bitcoin as well, of course. And some else I'll give at least 3-4 long positions and 1-2 spot positions as well. Whatever I'm gonna give you that point of time, guys, I'm just gonna let it ride till my take profits are hit, or it's just gonna I see that the market is exhausting. I'm just gonna let it ride. So in between, we're just gonna take scalps. We're just gonna let our main position ride. We're not gonna touch it. We're not gonna touch it at all. You see RSR dot not touching it and printing good money. You see, that's exactly what we're gonna do with it. So once we ride it, we don't touch it because that's where we're gonna lose then. Now let's go to the from the hard term time frame is done. So let's go to the some opportunities that I personally feel that's coming. Litecoin is real nicely accumulating under the resistance. XRP also accumulated previously. Once Litecoin flips the levels of 70.3, long it's just gonna fly from there to 74, and later it's gonna fly to 80 and maybe $90. So Litecoin is looking very, very great in my view. You can even long here as well. Buy spots, not long. And your stop should be $66, like $3 stop loss from the current price. And you can let it ride. The safest bet would be let it flip the $70 on the 4-hour time frame. Once that level is flipped, you literally long it. Remind me if I'm away because it's weekend, of course. So if I'm away, just ping me. And I'm also having a setting an alert here so that I don't miss it. Perfect. Once it flips it, definitely we are gonna long it. Second coin that I personally like it is INJ. INJ literally went my target of 15.8. I've booked literally 70% profits on INJ. We bought it at bottom and now it's just paid off perfectly. Ascending triangle played out, and I do think that this is a big some sort of a big I think it's a wave 5 or maybe something else. But at least I think that INJ, either INJ is going to have the pump towards 16.7, which is where I'm literally going to exit 100% of my bags for INJ. But this is where I personally feel that we have a very nice resistance over here on the INJ. If we do happen to get a one more push up on INJ, we are going to exit fully. I'm gonna book fully on this pump if we happen to get it. So you also, I would suggest, if you are a buyer, a long-term holder, you can hold it. I'm like not a long-term holder. I still made a good money from here. So I'm just simply going to, when it goes here, fully close it. If you want to fly, it's okay, but I'm just going to close it because my plan then would be to retest these levels, and it is going to come. Of course, this level is going to come. You see, it's like a Bitcoin. For Bitcoin, inverse the chart. You see, this was like a $28,000, and we dumped it down with a very nice triangle structure. And whenever this fucking shit, reverses, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna pump up, like a Bitcoin, bear market. Just look at here, the Bitcoin bear market. Oh shit, the whole chart is a mess. Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. The whole chart is a mess. Yeah, now I'm just going to show you something very interesting. INJ, for INJ bulls actually. And you see, you have this lows here, you have a triangle here, the dump happen, accumulation happened, boom, it start pumping up, and that's how it went actually. A very similar sort of a pattern. We are just comparing ourselves. You have a very nice descending triangle, you had a dump, you had a descending triangle, and then you have a move like this. In my view, $17 is what I would like to have it max. Trust me, guys. And then it just gonna pump up like this. Take all the liquidity here and gonna give us these levels, and then we start a bull run. Not before, in my view, we go here, we get a bull run. This pattern is really important in my view for INJ. So be very careful, I'm just gonna take profits here. You really wanna ride it, you can ride it, but don't keep on asking me then what's your views. This is my view. I'm gonna take profits. The pattern is clear, and I simply feel that this is the very extended pattern, golden pocket zone, and we have a liquidity above, so we can target maybe 702 liquidity pool at the max, around $18 as well. A liquidity pool is a liquidity pool, so anywhere above this, I would like to be, I would just anywhere in the green box or slightly above green box, I'm literally going to exit. Even if it's like in the bull run, even if it's in bull run, let's say if this is just like a wave 1, ABC wave 2 here, let's say, and this is wave 3 and it's like gonna like $100, fine. There will always be dips and confirmation. If we are flipping this green box, if you flip it, pump it like this, come back down, we flip it, hold, accumulate, I will rebuy, still will be in a good profits, boom, then we will rebuy. You see, that's how they the first base is here, the second base is going to form here if it is like a bull run, and then the third base is going to be bigger than like first base. So then it's going to be like, I don't know, but can go to $70-80 minimum. So I would just like to play safe in my view. So this is what I see so far. We have a strong resistance, so I won't take a chance. It's up to you, whatever, however you want to play. Dot is a big laggard. I'm betting. I've already got a big bag on the dot, a fat big bag, and good profit so far. I feel that it should go minimum to $7.8 minimum. Even if you look at the weekly time frame chart, I personally feel that dot is minimum target for the dot would be $6.8 minimum. That's your range lows, range highs. It can give a retest at $4 one more time on the weekly, but that's fine. I would like to see it just impulsive. Go here, take the liquidity, come back down, maybe test it, accumulate it here, chop, and go to the $9 target. This is what I like to see on the dot. This was the order block that we had previously before the bull run. That was the breaker, and this was the retest I needed for a dot on the hard time frame weekly. And I'm just gonna hold it, guys. It has a potential to give us 100% move. So why do we sell early? Why? You missed it, my friend. We bought at $5. You missed it. I think you were not here, so you missed it. So in August, when we started this community, I gave that 4.67 is where you should buy the link. A lot of people bought with me actually, and 6.7 was the confirmation. Not 6.7, 7 point something was the confirmation. Once that flip, either it was 6.7, I think it will go. Let's talk about EGLD now. EGLD is bullish. I'm having a good bag on EGLD. Bought at around range 29.8. This retest that happened, it's like a breakout is coming. It's a clear breakout. I mean, it's a big bull flag, or I would say bullish wolf waves, not a bull flag. You see a fucking bullish wolf waves actually. A lot of compression. This compression, just break out like this, give us a retest maybe, and run up. I think EGLD can easy peasy give you, in my view, can give you 100% pump. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's a clearly EGLD can give you 100% pump. Okay. Now talking about, I'm eyeing. If I really get this dip, I will give you that. If you remember, I gave the spots over here in this red yellow box. When 2 time over here, we booked slightly. We close it. When it was started rejecting, we close it, and then we started pumping. I mentioned once it flips, we long it. So now it has flipped, and if we get to retest one more time like this, we buy. It is a clear flip in my view. If you really want, you can buy some spots, like maybe $1,000 or $500, whatever you have money. You can buy some. And if it goes to $29 one more time, you can add some bags. Your stop loss would be around 26 and under 26.5. And it's a big weekly levels, guys. A big weekly levels. A big pump is just gonna come on EGLD, guys. And in my view, yes, it's gonna come. Whether you like it or not, it's going to come. $29 is your strong support. So $29 is going to hell. Just wait for a breakout. It's breaking out. Take this highs, retest, long it, ride it. Now the minimum target for like this sort of a bull flag, then we had it, would be somewhere around $82 as well. Ideally, I would like to have it at 118 to maybe even 147. It's like a very interesting structure that we are watching at this point. A very interesting structure. I mean, we might sell early and it just flies towards 0.382 and come back down like this. A pump can go up and go down. A similar pump that happened on FTM, Phantom. Where is FTM? FTM. Okay. Fuck, where is the FTM? Okay, Cardano is going really well, but I'm just going to check FTM for you guys. FTM is a buy, actually. You should have FTM bag as well. I've given limits for Gala. Don't miss the Gala, guys. This shit is gonna fly. Gala is gonna fly. Like, what do you say? The drink, Red Bull. It is literally got the wings right now, and it's gonna fly. You see what happens when we get a dump like this. You see, we get a very interesting bullish wolf waves as well over here on the Phantom and on the weekly time frame. What happens is we try to have a look on the daily time frame over here. So we will see what sort of a resistance it had previously before it dumped. So we had a very strong daily resistance. We had an order block where the price was rejecting again and again. So we had this levels where the price was rejecting again and again and again. Rejected once, down, twice, down, and then we break out. There you see what it does was it took the highs, come back down, retest the order block that it has here and it has here. We wanted it to retest this level, so might not come, and hence I'm saying just buy some spot bags on EGLD. And what it did was it not only swept these highs, it just went and swept the highs. And what sort of a fib level it went from the highs to lows? FTM is like the fibs are too shallow. But what I would say is, from the extension perspective, we're just going to check it this way. Lows, and we really went it till 2414 and 1886 and maybe 2 Fibonacci levels, slightly above 2, between 2 and 2414. Okay, that's where FTM went. So let's say if EGLD is also gonna do something like this on a weekly time frame, and what are the levels it can go from a fibs perspective? Let's check it out once so that we don't get unnecessarily hype. And this was the lows. So yeah, basically we can't go that big. Maybe let me have what sort of naked POC or what sort of levels do we have here on EGLD. Every levels are down. Every support, $41 is your 50 weekly support, and EM at 200 is still not there. So basically on the daily time frame, you just have to look at it from an EGLD perspective. Just buy some, guys. I think this shit is gonna fly. So we might not see, if we start breaking out, it's just gonna take out these highs, give a retest of the order block that it has around $36 would be a support. A run up, gonna take this highs, run up, and it's gonna go to this order block that we have. Ideally, maybe $90 would be a very nice scam pump. From the fibs perspective, this look very reasonable to me, but I might take profit, and if I see a rejection from these levels, I will take profits, and then it's gonna come back like this along the way FTM did, something like this. It's gonna be like a big accumulation. But if that is the case, guys, just have some buys at current market price. Just buy something, and on the spot bags, you still have a chance to make 150 to 160%. The move is loading up in my view. $29 is going to be invalidation for EGLD. That's going to be the bare minimum target. Anywhere above 85.7 and between 2414 The best levels would be, in my view, on the daily time frame is this liquidity pool that we have around 88.24, and then you have a lot of good order blocks. So basically 88.24 to maybe $94 is where I would like to see it pump on EGLD. So I'm just simply gonna hold it, guys. Talking about Aave, this is the long that I'm aiming for. I really want to long it. It's fucking looking amazing on the daily time frame, and I think I'm just gonna give you that long as well. We have flipped the equilibrium of this range. The spot, not long, but I would like to give the spot buys. And I had this in my mind since yesterday. It really went here. I wanted to give that, but now it has just bounced off well. So I think we are flipping this level. Aave have flipped it with a huge green candle and a huge buy. So I do think Aave is likely going to hold above until we are above. I think Aave is just gonna do something like this. It can be, it can be a diagonal structure. It can be any damn thing because of the red candle that we have. But this is looking great now on Aave actually. So that's why I have to say that Aave is looking great. I want to give that spot buys, or maybe let's give me. So buy Aave over here with our stops under the lows of 75, but let's keep it just very tight, or maybe we just wait for a confirmation. But what sort of a confirmation do we wait now? Because it's already above, the RSI is also above, but it has not yet flipped the EMAs, MA, this yellow line. It's fucking looking great in my view. Let me see. Yeah, the trend is bullish. What's the 12 hour is having? Yeah, bullish trend. Do we have any bearish divergence? Yeah, fuck. This is a bearish divergence that we have here, and there is no hidden bullish divergence on the 12 hour as well. Anything bearish do we have? Yeah, there is another bearish divergence that we have. So just wait a bit actually before we just invalidate this whole bad divergence. So for now, just wait a bit. This is having a bearish divergence. So I'm just gonna wait for Aave, but this is looking great. So I'm just simply gonna wait a bit. ZRX, amazing. Went into my red box as I mentioned. Red box and a pump up like this would be amazing. My target for ZRX is 35.5. So I think till we are above this red box, ZRX is good for a fly. Talking about Gala, I think we got a nice pump. I would like to see this as a irregular expanded flat. This is some sort of a wave 1, and this is like A, B, C. Now the bottom might be in. This might be the bottom as well. I'm not sure at this point. I can't count the 5 waves. But let's say if this is bottom, then we are good. But if not, I'm expecting the weekly levels to retest one more time. It gives us a retest. There's going to be a big ABC, and I expect the Gala to literally fly from those levels towards 28 cents, basically taking a double top. This is the double top that we have. This is what we need to take it actually. That's what we need to do. So the Gala is looking great, and I've given you that limits. So we're just gonna wait for it to fill. ARB is somehow looking great, and it started to flip the big levels that I talked about. And now I do think we need to, and we also have an engulfing candles which are really really great. So ARB is like flipping some big levels here, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember, I did mention that ARB is going to do something like this and then run up. So it has did a very interesting run up, and now the thing for ARB is that we are most likely going to see a very nice channel run. And what do you mean by channel run? This is what the channel run looks like. So we have broke out of this channel, clearly indicates that this is bullish. So what we need to do is a retest. Now the retest is already given, so this is a breakout. Now the retest might not come actually. So let's say in case a retest, we really want a retest. The retest is already done. In case if we do happen to get a retest, fine, but that's like a neckline, a W pattern and the neckline. This is your neckline, and this is in a previous order block as well. So the retest is already done, and the neckline is here. You have a W pattern. The target for ARB from a W pattern perspective would be from the neckline. It would be here. It would be somewhere around 1.25 to 1.26 target. So let's say from the FIPS perspective, if you just have a look at it, we're just going to have some big levels on ARB. This was another resistance that we had previously, so I'm just going to draw here because I'm damn sure it's going to reject. It's not gonna clear that resistance very easily. Perfect. We rejected it multiple times and we accumulated. So let's say if ARB really want to push up, go here, reject, come back down, accumulate a little bit, retest neckline, and then run up. That's gonna be a big wave. 1, 2, 3, and goes to my target of 25 cents, a minimum target, and an extended target is gonna be a liquidity pool that we have here. So that's gonna be like just a squeeze up and then come back down, forming a bigger, head and shoulder sort of a pattern for ARB. For now, it's bullish, guys. So if you do happen to get any retest with the green line, just buy it. That's what you want. A rejection is gonna happen from these levels, and a retest is gonna happen to these levels. Can't even front run, We have a nice another order block that we have around this level, so we might just slightly front run around $1, 1.01. So keep that thing in mind, FTM. Let's talk about FTM. I really like FTM, and I have some longs actually I built yesterday. FTM is looking amazing. I mean, of course, this is the order block that we have on Phantom. It's like we are at a very strong order block, and we have a lot of resistance above. It's like a range high. Still, we are under 26.2. We are, I would say, I'm not gonna give you any long. Once Phantom starts flipping this 26.2, then I'll give you longs, and we can ride it this long from here towards 34-35 cents. Because why I'm not giving you any longs at this point on Phantom, even I'm just scalping based on the price action algo, nothing else. If you look closely here on this, we have a very nice bearish engulfing candle. Now this bearish engulfing candle, normally whenever we have these engulfing candles, the price reverses whenever. So if we do happen to get this engulfing big candle right here, then I would just like to be pretty cautious about FTM at this point. This can be a very nice some sort of a head and shoulder, forming a slight push up and then maybe down one more time, accumulating. It's a range actually, so we need to take liquidity under this, and then it can run up. So that can be a very nice irregular expanded flat. If it gives us, amazing. Or if it is not, if it starts flipping above, like these range highs, flip, and then we will long here. This is where we will long, and we will stop under these levels. That would be our plan. So for now, just patience. FTM is trying to flip. It is working hard to do that. So I'm just gonna enjoy and wait and watch as to how FTM tries to flip those levels, in my view. So I think RSR has paid a big money actually to me and this month has been amazing. So another trade that I personally feel, that Solana, I took a long here yesterday as well. They're very nice flag structure, and this looks something like a 5 waves, and the move on the upside was A, B, and C. So basically, I personally feel that we are very close to topping out on Solana. Ideally, if this was happening, this can be A, B, C as well, but I don't see this can be A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. But where is the fucking 5? I mean, this can be a 5 as well. I mean, a small 5 possibly, but very small actually. So I'm not sure. I mean, this is how I see so far. I would like to see it go to $43 to the golden pocket zone, and then maybe come back down like this one more time. This can be A, B, C, go to $35. We hold those levels, with a very good support over here, and we also have a nice support at $33 as well. which I would not like it to test it. 35 is fine. We hold those levels, and in my view, we run up. So this sort of a pattern, if it forms on Solana, amazing. I think Solana is having one more push which is pending, because if you look at the daily time frame on Solana, the daily time frame, we were bullish on Solana. If you remember, we start flipping weekly. I mentioned that we're literally gonna go to $28, $29, and if $30 is flipped, the H4 is flipped, it's gonna run up. And now I think Solana really wants that liquidity that we have here, the upper liquidity, which is untapped liquidity at $48.5, $48.6. That's like a big liquidity pool that we have. So I do think at this point, Solana is not yet done, ladies and gentlemen, and it's gonna aim for that liquidity. Also, we have a range highs or around these levels of $58. So I'm damn sure we're gonna reject those levels very swiftly and smoothly, even if we pump up to those levels. That would be a clean short in my view. For longs on Solana, I think this is like a wave 1, 2, big wave 3 is here. Now this can be wave 4, but I would like to see the wave 4 can be irregular. Flat can do something like this as well. One more push up, higher highs, and not sweep those lower highs, higher lows, and then run up. This is also a possibility, because in the bull run, we normally see such sort of a thing. In a bull run, in the sense when the price is bullish. So we might not reject from here. We can do like this is a wave A, B is irregular flat, go to $49, come back down, irregular expanded flat, and run up. And this is can also possibility is always there. For this to happen, we need to flip the levels of 43.8. Once that level is flipped on 4 hours time frame, we're gonna pump up to 48.5, and you can scalp it there from 43.8 to 48.5, something like that. But I'm definitely gonna play the last wave. Either it's gonna give me like this, I'm gonna give you long here, and we ride it till this moon, or it's gonna go up like this and give me irregular expanded flat, and I'm gonna give you long here, these levels at around $39.4 to $39, and then we're gonna go to moon. Whatever comes, I'm gonna give. So I'm just gonna watching right now what it gives. Either it forms this or it forms this. So right now just gonna wait and watch. But Solana is coming. Talking about Tezos, I do think Tezos is looking amazing. It has flipped a very nice double top pattern on on this thing, and I think a retest is a possibility on Tezos. We have a bearish engulfing candle here as well. So I personally think that a local top is in on Tezos, but I would like to see a continuation and maybe a retest. We hold up here 72 cents to 73 cents. We buy, we long, and I'm expecting Tezos to do something like this, go up and take a liquidity about 95 cents and maybe $1. So I'm going to give that spot backs or longs on Tezos, whatever you want to take it. I'm gonna give spots basically around 73.5 to 72 cents with our stops under 69 cents. That's what I'm gonna give. My take profit targets are gonna be 93 cents and later 95 cents. Can even go to $1 as well. So it's a very good in my view a long it would be for Tezos. I'm just gonna add the alert for Tezos. BNB is one coin perfectly played out. I really wanted to go to 221.5. If you remember, it went close to 222.5. I'm having a nice bag on BNB. I think BNB is gonna fly, and it's looking great in my view. If you look at from the 4 hour time frame perspective, it's a very interesting I would say it's looking great. Actually, it's looking great. So it's gonna fly in my view. Yesterday was a nice day to buy the dip at 225 if you have bought it. We are flipping the levels of 232. If you really want to scalp long there with a very tight stop loss on the 229, 228, or maybe even 225, and we can ride it towards, because we have a strong liquidity around 239. It's gonna go minimum 239, and we have a double top. Remember, a price always attracts towards a double top pattern, and that's where the liquidity is. I expect the price to go towards $253 minimum. So I do think if you get a dip towards 232, take some scalp in my view. You have a very nice you know, BNB LTF, you have this small resistance as well for sure, but that resistance is really not going to be a worry in my view. 232 should be holding now. Anything under 232, and then we are most likely going to have a retest, irregular expanded flat. That's going to be like, you know, A, B, C, something like this, and then we run up, something like this. Now you see the BNB chart. You see we are flipping here, lows, lower lows, highs, low, higher highs, higher lows, and then we made higher highs, higher lows. That's how we would go. A similar sort of a fashion Tezos is doing. You have over here the resistance, lows, resistance, lower lows. This is the highs. We're gonna have the not lower lows but higher lows, and then we have higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. That's how it's gonna go. So this is the levels where we should be buying the ZOS, ladies and gentlemen. BNB is looking great. It's gonna pump up. 232 is should hold in my view. FET guys, we are still bull. I'm holding my FET back 50% till we are above this levels of 30 cents. We are bullish. This seems to be like A, B, and the bottom is in, and we are gonna be in a wave one. Slight retest of 34 cents is where I would like to see a retest. Overall, we are bullish. We are gonna pump up over the weekend. I expect FET to reach 44 cents. So weekend, I'm expecting in today and tomorrow, FET is gonna pump. So be ready. FET is likely gonna go up in my view, and that's where I will be looking to sell my FET bags. Because it can go to 50 cents as well. I don't care, but I'm just gonna make closing because we made a good money. We literally nailed 25.5 retest. That 25.5 retest was fucking amazing. We nailed it. 50% move, and current price 40%. I'm expecting it to give us 70% move minimum. So FET is amazing in my view. Basically, let's also check Ethereum Classic. So let's watch Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is one of the other I personally like it when it comes to a shitcoin bouncing or like a scam pump, because whenever it does a big scam pump. And when Ethereum Classic pumps, one alt that follows it is a fill. Ethereum Classic, my plan was this. I posted this in the chart request when somebody asked me a few days back. I do think Ethereum Classic is bullish, and we really need it on the daily time frame. If you just look at closely, we are at a resistance at this point. We are at a resistance here. Once this level is flipped, the red level is flipped. I'm just gonna lighten a chart because there is a lot of things on the chart. And once this level is flipped, in my view, the way the BNB did, once this level is flipped on Ethereum Classic, right now it is not yet flipped. Once we flip it, once we start closing daily above 2 consecutive candle above this, you see accumulation happening. Ethereum Classic is gonna run up like this. So I'm just gonna wait for a closer, but when it happens, price gets acceptance above this levels, we're gonna run up. But it's looking bullish for now. Because if you look at not only the price, but look at the RSI. RSI is in an uptrend, and it's also holding the MA line on the daily. Do we have any bearish divergence? Yeah, there is a RSI bearish divergence over here, but which one is the RSI? Let me just check it. Yeah, there is an RSI bearish divergence, which is a strong one in my view. So basically, we need to flip it. Till we don't flip, avoid longing. Weekly time frame is also looking good because it bounced from the weekly support. Do we have anything bearish over here? The weekly time frame is just starting. It's just trying to flip the 50%, and once that level is flipped, you see previously it tried once, rejected, twice, rejected, and this is the third time. Once the weekly is flipped, in my view, our ETC is gonna fly. Look at the trend. The trend is also flipping to bullish. We are starting to flick above these levels. Every time we go above these levels, you see a big pump comes. Every time we go above these levels, you see a big pump comes. So in my view, if this week, Sunday, we are closing this way, next week is going to be for Ethereum Classic. It's gonna literally have a nice 20-25% move on the upside. So really, we want to see how we close tomorrow on Ethereum Classic. If we close, we run. We don't close above, it's gonna dump to the weekly levels again. So you really want to see how the weekly closes. We closes above, price gets acceptance. RSI also closes above 50. Everything is fine. If you don't, it's gonna dump like this, and then it's gonna pump. You have two options. So for now, just wait a bit for Ethereum Classic for a weekly closing, and then we can plan our trades actually. Another alt that I would like to check, XRP HTF is still same, no changes. Let's check Dogecoin. My plan for the Doge is still same on the daily time frame. You see that we on the RSI is forming a very interesting flag structure, but we have broken under the MA, which is slightly a worry thing for me. And a very interesting part about RSI, this has formed a very strong bear divergence. You have a bear divergence from here till here, and we dumped, and now we want to reset. So till we don't get a reset, I would say we are still bearish, but we got a very good breakout. We got a good breakout. So what I do like to see that the red zone that we are having, we want it to hold, and it's holding it very nicely. If you really want Dodge to do its own thing, I would like to see that red zone hold, and our stop should be under this wick that we have, or 7%. You can have aggressive stop loss under this, but I would like to have a little bit play safe. And our take profit targets for Dodge first would be this highs, and then it would be this highs, basically 21% move. But we are flipping it, so we are holding this lows, which is amazing. And if we daily closes here, amazing. We are also having a pin bar candle over here. If you look at our price action algo, it's gonna print the pin bar candle. You see the green candle. Pin bar is always a bullish candle. So we have a previous week highs, previous quarter highs, all these order blocks and resistance we have. We have a strong resistance EMA 50 weekly above, but we also have a strong support underneath. We have 50 EMA daily support at 0.064. We have EMA 200 daily support at 0.0684. So lot of good supports we have, and till we are above these levels, we close daily above this. I think it's a good in my view, a long on Dodge. For now, this looks bullish to me. Till we are above this red box, we are bullish, and I do expect the price for Dodge to pump. Minimum 20% goes to the red box, flip the bigger red box, then we will see. But for now, the way the accumulation is happening, the way we are having a very interesting flag sort of a structure on the lower time frame as well. This flag looks amazing to me actually. We just need a breakout. But you can long, aggressive long would be here. You long here, your stops would be under this. Safe long, let it break out, and then long it, boom, let it ride this 21% move. But Dodge, I think if the move is coming, in my view. TRB, perfectly balanced. I played a long, took profits as well. I really want to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. One more push up from here on the TRB. TRB is going to do something like this, the way Bitcoin did. It's going to go to $148. Now, the levels where I would like to give a long on TRB would be anywhere around 105. If this retest comes, I will give you a long. This can be wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is how I would like to see TRB does. So let's see if it gives that retest. If it gives a retest, we're going to long it. But TRB is bullish. It's a broadening top pattern. Minimum target is 131. Flip it, fake out 146, dump. This is where it's gonna go then. $72 is where it's a big fake out trap and then dump. So that's what the plan for the TRB is, ladies and gentlemen. So this live stream I have explained my higher term time frame scenarios and lower term time frame plans for Bitcoin and USD DOM. USD DOM is still struggling around 6.7% on the 4 hour. It's breaking down right now, but we don't have any closure yet. Once it closes, start closing under 4 hour candles, we are going to take aggressive longs on BTC and Ethereum. Personally, I would take the long, and would give you as well. Ethereum is looking good. A lot of bearish pin bar candle is forming up here, so I just would be slightly cautious on the 1 hour time frame. It can retest the Q3 value area high. It's a strong levels. I need to establish some levels here on the USD BTC chart. I need to have the previous monthly value area high. Let's just have the levels on it. I will show you how to draw the levels as well. So we have all the levels from the price action indicator. Okay, so the price action indicator gives you everything. So you have September is gone, So we're not gonna have September value area high or September value area low or POC. We're going to be also not having October opens because we are most looking for now we're gonna be having September levels. Fine. So we go to this indicator that we have around here. This is known as fixed range volume profile. You go to the fixed range from here. You see you have fixed range volume profile. Go to October 1st of October. You have the 1st of October from here, and 31st of October. So you draw it, and once you draw, what you find is there is a huge gap in here from 32,700 to 31,950, and whenever the price is going to go anywhere under 32.9, it's gonna go very fast and go towards 31.8. You have a strong gap, a huge gap we have. It's a big fair value gap, and it's a huge gap from the volume perspective as well, basically. So whatever we have it here is everything is above. So this monthly level coincides with October value area high. So I think we don't need it much. A lot of people bought around 27,300, now in good profits ideally. So it's basically October is value area high. Don't make sense at this point. Talking about the monthly opens, the price action algo already gives that. The monthly open is for the November is around this levels. So we are flipping the current monthly open. November is being tested. We have a bullish pennant as well. So I expect the price to a little bit go, and maybe even ideally, what you would like to see over here is we have a strong daily bullish pennant, pin bar, not a pennant, pin bar. So if this order block we hold here, I would like to see a pump up. Now this can be one more push up, as I mentioned, towards 36.9, and then we can have the pump up down like this. But whenever the price is going to go to 32.8, we have a strong fair value gap. As you see, it has drawn a big fair value gap, so the price is going to fill over these levels, and then we're going to run up. So this plan perfectly plays, and this plan, in my view, tells me that the lower term time frame can have a push on the upside, but there's a huge amount of liquidity residing on the downside. It's literally going to liquidate billions and billions of longs, in my view. Right now they don't have shorts. Shorts already got liquidated, and the open interest is already dumped heavily by almost close to $1 billion. So now we have a lot of longs, aggressive longs open. So we need to take them out as well at some point, and it's going to take that, and after that it's going to pump. So I think we're going to stick with our plan. The plan is perfect on the lower term time frame. So basically we're going to stick with it. As I mentioned, total crypto market cap at some point is going to give the break of this, the way it gives here, these levels break, like this. It's going to also give here this. Liquidity is always the thing over here as well. This was like a big dump actually, but anyways. But let's say, if this is how it's gonna give this is how it's gonna give the dump on the on the crypto market cap. This is where we buy actually. This deviation is where we buy, and I'm gonna give that as well. Okay. So right now we're gonna scalp. No swings. Swings going to be under this liquidity pool that we have, and the red candle you're watching. The red candle was nothing but your very interesting bearish pin bar. So this is where the liquidity is at this point. A huge liquidity is between these levels, and that liquidity is where we are going to target to long and to play swings. Before that, I will also try and attempt to short it. So I'll give you that short in case if I see it fit. We have a bearish pin bar order block. I would like to see probably a retest of this order block for A, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like this order block. This is what I think, that over the weekend we might see a nice cam pump because we have a liquidity above 35,100. We have a strong liquidity as well. We have a liquidity here, we have a liquidity here, but we also have a strong liquidity here, here, and here. This is a huge liquidity pool that we have around 33.9. Big liquidity. 33.9 is a big liquidity pool. So Our price action algo also gives the liquidity pool now, so you can see how accurate these liquidities are gonna be when the price is gonna reverse from those levels. I think this is all I have, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you like the live stream. So, and I wish each and every one of you a very happy weekend. As and when I see the scalp on Bitcoin, I'm gonna give you. For now, I'm just gonna play the price action algo, whatever it gives me. On the lower term time frame, I rode a Bitcoin long. I'm happy for now, and whatever it comes, I'll let you know, guys. Okay, whatever I see, I'll let you know. For now, just write dots and RSR. Gala, have it. EGLD, if you're not having anything, buy something. And if it goes to 29.8, buy more. Your invalidation is clearly $29. Basically, if you start closing daily under 29, you sell it all for a loss. But I do think that it's not gonna go under 29 now. It's gonna be like a pumping up, the way I showed you the chart of FTM. Solana, I expect either irregular expanded flat or maybe ABC. So whatever it's gonna give, I'll give you the long accordingly. Aave is looking great for a long, but just have slight patience. Why? Because the last chart I want to show you is 2017 all-time highs for the alts have flipped. You'll see we have flipped 2017 all-time highs. I've been vocal about previously. Already got, after a flip, a good bounce of 5%. But I'm not happy with the 5%. I am expecting it to bounce towards 8% minimum. So because every time we flip those levels, we have a retest like here. It pumps up 10% and then further retest comes. So I would like to see that a 10% bounce, even if you say a retest is there, alts are gonna, over the weekend, in my view, it's gonna run up. Alts are gonna have a big run up, especially I think RSR can go big. The scam pump is likely. So whatever the dips you get on the alts, just buy. Especially look at the alts that are still have not, that have flipped EMA 100 on the daily and are holding it, accumulating it, and have not reached EMA 200. Look at those alts, they are gonna run up. They're gonna quickly retest EMA 200 very very quickly. One more alt that I personally feel that can give us a very good opportunity would be LRC. Shaul was vocal about this. He gave me this LRC option. If you look at the daily time frame on LRC, the chart is loading. Perfect. LRC, you see, just going to open up the EMAs over here. We don't want this EMA 50, 100 and this. So you see what are the levels that we have, previous quarter highs and everything. We have 2775. If you see LRC, it's trying to flip EMA 200 but not yet flipped. Rejected it badly. What it can do is, on the LRC, is if we do happen to get a retest of EMA 100 one more time, we will long it, and this shit can literally run up like this, because EMA 200 retest is coming after a big dump happened on 22nd April 2023. And whenever in historically after a big dump, you see a big dump, whenever it flips EMA 200, it rejects, come back down, try to flip it more, and once it flips, closes, a retest happens, it normally pumps a big, like, 30 to 35%. That's what we want. Either we play safe on LRC. Once it attempts to flip it, once it attempts back, flip it, reject, come back down, retest up 20 to 4. Once it flip it, we long it, and we ride for a minimum 20% move, and then we're going to identify, or maybe 30% move that it has given in the past. In my view, LRC is having a very strong shark pattern, and this shark is very very much looking for a retest of this levels, in my view. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a nice day, and take care.